Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. It's Mary Jane. Let's talk about Southern Charm Season 5, Episode 5. And let's start off with Cameron. Cameron's basically getting a going home outfit for her baby. You know what I'm saying? Because she is the self and we got to look good. And she meets her mother at the baby store. And basically she became a germaphobe. And she make Jason take off his clothes every time he gets home because she's nervous about germs and things like that. And also, she said her mom dropped her on the head. Her mom made her self-sufficient, especially when her mom and her father got divorced and all that other good stuff. And she was like, she had her mom read a book, but you know what? She got her confidence back when her mom said, you can handle any situation. Nothing has ever overtook you. You've been able to be victorious in everything, and you'll be all right with this baby. So she find the outfit and she's happy and she's feeling good about everything. And so we get Austin and Shep. They meet up basically to have some drinks. And, Shep is talking about him being single again, his friends having kids, and they're living vicarious through him. Like, okay, Shep, we tired of this conversation. Give us something new. Let's see you, not drink alcohol since last season. It was an issue. And so then Austin says that, the same thing's going on with him as well. And he doesn't want to end up like Shep, 38 years old, 39 years old, single, no kids, no girlfriend, no nothing. So every time he feels like he's ending up like Shep, he wants to get a girlfriend. But it seems like Shep and Austin are one and one the same. It seems like as much as Austin tries to isolate himself or separate himself from Shep, he ends up doing the same thing that Shep does and makes out with the same girls, getting drunk, getting belligerent, and just going around partying, having a good damn time. So anyways, and it is what it is with that situation. Then Naomi shows up. Then Chelsea shows up. And basically they start to talk about Craig. And, Chelsea brings up that Craig likes this girl named Peyton. And he can see himself with her and all this other stuff. And that gets Naomi upset. That get her furious. She gets mad. She's like, where she live at? Where she stay at? Where she be at? Who is she? And then Naomi finds out that she hooked up with Austin. She hooked up with Shep. Well, we know she had sex with Shep. And pretty much she probably had sex with Austin. Because Austin is not drinking and he's not Netflixing and he's not gonna Netflix and chill without no cool, no pussy. No, not Austin. Austin and Shep are from the same tree branch. So, anyways, Naomi, she's upset. She was like, oh, who is this girl? Oh, she seems like a social climber. Where is she from? So, Naomi finds out all this information about her that, she wants to own her own dog boutique and all this other stuff. So she's feeling a certain type of way. She's kind of upset and she's not liking Peyton at all. And she's getting furious. I was like, damn, Naomi, you don't want him, but you don't want him with nobody else. Like, yo, you either get with, Craig or let him go. Do something because you're coming off way too much. And you was a total bitch this episode, but I'm here for it only because you bringing a drama. Because if you wasn't bringing a drama, these episodes would really be boring. And, Naomi is showing her true colors. I told you guys last year that Naomi was a bitch and she's mean. Naomi ain't playing around. Naomi ain't playing around. So anyways, it is what it is. And so Naomi is upset. She was like, oh, well, he's talking about he want to do this and he want to do that and he want to be back with me. He's going to get a life coach and all this other stuff. But yet there's just some girl that he wants to hook up with. She's like, nah, he's trying to play me. He's trying to play me. Like, damn, you haven't had sex with him for 5 months. You ain't nice to him. You don't give him no kisses. You don't send him nice messages. All you do is track him down and talk shit about him every chance you get. And you was talking shit about him last season too, where everybody else was talking shit about him. So anyways, Austin and Shep are not really here for Naomi. They listen to her like, yeah, I think Shep knows that Naomi's mad evil. You know what I mean? Like, she's gonna go ham. But Shep and Austin ain't never dealt with no woman that ain't gonna take no bullshit, ain't gonna take nothing from them. So they're looking at her like, oh, she's speaking up. But Naomi is speaking up for all the women. Naomi is speaking up like towards JD. She's throwing all types of rocks and sandbags at him any chance that she get. And if the rest of y'all step out of line, she's gonna throw rocks and sandbags at y'all. You guys got away with it last season, the season before, but Naomi's here to put all you guys in place. And she don't care if she has to fight this battle alone, and she don't care if she burn bridges. Naomi, and she's so tiny and so little, but she's so vicious. Just like, yo. So anyways, it is what it is. So you got Catherine, she meets up with Craig. Craig is at the pillow shop. I mean, not the pillow shop. He's at the material shop, the showing shop, or whatever. He meets up with Catherine. Catherine's throwing digs at, Craig, talking about, like, he garden, he chased kitty cats, he's a pet groomer, he's this, he's not doing what he's supposed to do, whatever, blah, and the third. But, she's here for it, and she's trying to give Craig advice about his relationship to let it go. Focus on yourself. Craig is like, I'm going to get a life coach to prove to Naomi that I can change, that I want to make a difference. I'm going to be somebody different. She was like, no, do it for yourself. Do it for you. You have to fix yourself first, baby. And he's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're giving me advice. You're like the therapist now. And she was like, Catherine's like, I don't even know how that happened. But she was like, I had to walk away from, times I had to step back. You know what I'm saying? I just had to fall back from him because it was just like always something going on. I had to fix me. I had to fix myself. So anyways, Shep is heathen to the conversation. He hears that, he understands, whatever. But he still wants Naomi or whatever. I don't know what he's addicted. I think he does love Naomi, but he's also his self-loathing side of Craig is addicted to Naomi, putting him down too as well. I don't know how Craig would be able to function with Naomi if she was very positive towards him, because she's been negative towards him a whole lot of times. He's been negative towards her too as well, because he can be very condescending, and he can make her look stupid when he wants to. So anyways, like in a conversation, but she's not a stupid person. So anyways, we get to Austin. Austin goes home. He meets with his mother, his father, his sister. Basically, they rehash the story about him losing his first baby sister, but now, they have the new girl, the new daughter. I don't mean to say it like that because this happened really, really long time ago. But they're happy, and whatever, the mother and the father are grilling Austin because they want him to do something in his life. They was like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you ain't working. You're not working at the brewery. You're not doing this. What is your next plan? What is your next step? What are you going to do? So he says, you know what? I want to start my own, I want to make my own beer. So they asked him, do you have a recipe? Do you have a brewing company? What do you want to start this at? What you want to do this? And he was like, I don't know. I just have an idea. I don't know. And so basically he was trying to feed his family bullshit, but he should have known his mother and his father was going to take the bullshit, and his father was going to question him because he used to be an FBI agent. So it is what it is. And so they was like, please come back with a plan, a skit, something so we can get behind you and help you with this, because it is a good idea, because Austin does know everybody in Charleston, and he knows all the bars, he knows the brewing companies, he can do a lot of different things. So they're trying to get behind him, but will Austin step up to the plate? Your guess is as good as mine, and I say no. So anyways, so now we're moving on from that. And so, and, also Austin's family is like, yo, they really like Chelsea. They really like her. They think she was a good girl. And they want to know what's going on with his relationship. And he tells them that he used to date her friend Victoria, but he didn't know Victoria was a friend. But he's not dating Victoria no more. Austin seems like he's trying to ski back in with Chelsea. Chelsea seems like she's leaving that door open for Austin to ski back in. So I guess there's really not a bunch of bachelors around, because it seems like everybody is dating or sleeping with each other half at one point in time through this season. I'm not this season, but all the other seasons and this season too as well. So it is what it is with that situation. And so then we get to, Craig. Craig meets up with his coach, his life coach, and she's telling him he's cute, he's handsome, he's positive, he's very brilliant, he's smart, his mind processes things real fast. That makes him very intellectual, very intelligent, blasé the third. And so, he loves it. You can see him smile like a little kid. You can see him be so happy just to get the compliments. It's just like he is also suffering from not getting compliments, and he also thinks negative of himself. So the doctor's going to focus on him to think positive of himself, instead of thinking that his brain is scattered or is all over the place, or and he keeps reverting back to all the negative things Naomi said to him that, kind of like hurt his confidence too as well. But, he has to stop being, Craig is very sensitive, so he has to build up a little bit of more strength and backbone and not overtalk people. And Craig feels like he can finish people's sentences, and there are people like that, so they're going to focus on him calming down and chiming things down and being more of a listener than a participation in the conversation. So, anyways, Craig feels really happy, feels really good about the situation, and you can see him glow up like a little child. It's almost like Craig didn't get enough compliments his whole life. That's what it seems like. I don't know, but Craig has been beat down through the seasons by the people on the show, making it seem like he's not good enough because he's not born and raised into wealth and he doesn't have a trust fund. But he's actually, he finished law school. You know what I mean? He could be a lawyer if he wants to. He could do real estate, can do so many different things. But right now he's in a rut because he really doesn't know what he wants to do. But he wants Naomi, but he doesn't know if it's really he's not sure. Because part of him telling, I love Naomi, but I want her to be nicer to me. Because Craig like people to be positive around him. He doesn't really like to be negative, but he will get negative if he needs to or call you out. Because he called out Thomas last season before, the season before that, he called out Whitney. He called out Shep. So anyways, now we get on to, Thomas meets up with Whitney and he meets up with Patricia basically. And they're at the restaurant, they talking, whatever. Patricia's showing her little engagement ring, but she was like, this ain't even a real engagement ring. This is just, a ring here or there or whatever. And so Patricia's talking about, how come guys don't marry nowadays like they used to? And here goes Thomas, because why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? So, that's an old saying, why pay for it when you can get it for free? You know what I'm saying? And so, and then Thomas they talk about Ashley being this and Ashley being a nice person. Patricia likes Ashley. Whitney's not really feeling Ashley at all from what his facial expressions show. So anyways, Tom's like, yeah, she's wonderful. She's good with the kids. She's this, she's that. But she also has a mean streak. She also have a bad streak. You know what I mean? Like some of her New York ways. Her unsettlety and saying things and just blurting things out at the mouth. And that reminds him a little bit of Catherine because he can't control Catherine. And so here goes Patricia. I don't even know why. This is just like a conundrum because how can Thomas ever want perfection? Look at him, look at his ass. He better be glad somebody want his ass. Remember one season they were trying to hook Thomas up and nobody wanted to date him, and that's why he was after Landon. So anyways, it is what it is with the situation. So Thomas is like, cause she kind of got a mean streak and all this other stuff, but then Thomas was like, Patricia, she really likes you. Patricia was like, I'll show her some southern ways. We'll do some shopping things. I'll show her how to do things or whatever. I'll show her how to be a southern lady, because that's what Thomas wants, a southern lady that will bow down and lick his feet, lick his booty, and agree with everything he says and don't have a personality or anything else like that. And basically can be eye candy for him because that's what they good for to Thomas. And so Whitney was like, I don't care what you do. You can take a shopping mom. You can do all the stuff. You can teach her classes or whatever. But she's not a Southern, so you can't teach her. So it ain't gonna work no matter what you do. And so it was funny when Whitney was speaking French very fluently because we know he went to a French school or whatever. And Thomas was trying to speak French, and then Patricia was like, oh, it sounds like Thomas was speaking Pat LeBoux area, Pat LeBoux or something like that, Pappy LePure French. It's like Patricia be throwing shade. So it is what it is. And so it's just like, okay, so Thomas is gonna throw his girlfriend on Patricia just so Patricia can train her basically to be what he wants. Somebody need to train Thomas to be a real man and not to just be so indignant and be so harsh towards the women and try to train them and just accept them as who they are, because these women are accepting you as who you are, Thomas, and all your history and everything that goes on behind you that's negative. Google him. So it is what it is with that situation. So we get Chelsea and we get Austin. They meet up and they're playing golf, whatever, but basically there's some sparks flying. Chelsea's like, he's all tall and so they get some sparks flying by talking to each other, and Austin tells her about this Halloween party that Peyton is throwing. And so that's when Chelsea fills Austin in. They're like, hey, listen, there's some issue with Naomi and Peyton, because basically the word on the street is that she's coming after Craig, but Austin already knows because they talked about that earlier in the day, I guess, if it was the same day. And so everybody's coming. It was like, oh, is Naomi coming? Yep, Naomi's coming too as well. Everybody's invited. So she was like, okay. And so they talk about him doing his beer and brewing, being a brewer or manufacturing his own beer or whatever, a brewer. And so we'll see what happens with that situation. We got Cameron, she's at the nail salon getting her feet rubbed, and basically produced labor, getting your feet rubbed and everything. And Naomi was like, come on, don't do that. So basically, Naomi is telling Cameron everything that's going on with Craig and how she feels. And Cameron was like, just get over it, move on. Like, it ain't no big deal. Like, you just because you love him don't mean you need to be with him. Just find somebody else. Because, Cameron ain't got time for it. She ain't trying to make no more love connection. She got a baby now. Only person she's still trying to save is Shep. And so she was like, you guys can have, Cameron's like, you guys can have your drama. You guys can do your drama thing. So it is what it is with that situation. So Naomi is still feeling some type of way, but Naomi says that, what's her name? Peyton is, thirsty. She's real thirsty. She's coming after Craig. She's coming after Shep. She came after Austin. Like, she's thirsty. She's desperate over there. I guess she didn't get no water in California, so she's coming down here and she's thirsty. She's thirsty. She needs to return back to where she came from. So Cameron says that she might go to the Halloween party or she might not. It all depends or whatever. So it is what it is. So anyways, they're all getting ready for the Halloween costume. I thought Naomi looked really pretty with dark hair or whatever. So anyways, they're getting ready for the Halloween costume. Craig is feeling a certain type of way because he feel like Naomi's going to get on him because he has an earring in his ear or whatever. So anyways, Austin and Peyton are hosting the Halloween party. Everybody arrives. Everybody shows up except for Cameron because, she got she got the baby in the stomach. Her firstborn. JD shows up as, Donald Trump. Naomi was like, look at that mother F over there. He's such a loser. Well, Donald Trump and, JD has a lot in common. So, anyways, moving on from that, Naomi's going around telling everybody that how negative that Peyton is and how thirsty and how she's fishing for a man. She's trying to social climb and all that other stuff without even having a conversation with her. She just assumes that because she dated this one and that one. So that she's figuring like this is what they do. This is what the thoughts do. And so also we see Thomas, when Thomas first meets, Peyton, he thought it was actually Catherine. He said that right in front of, Ashley. And then it seems like the rest of the night, Thomas was around Catherine and Thomas asked Catherine, like, you know what? Catherine asked, Thomas, like, hey, what are the kids going to be for Halloween? And he was like, oh, they're going to be something really nice. But Ashley wants to know if you want to come and join us to take the kids trick-or-treating. And, Catherine was like, I'm not ready for that. I wish we could do things like that, but right now I'm not ready. So Catherine is really guarding herself in her heart because she recently slept with him not too long ago, the last reunion. So she's trying to just, like, keep the tensions good, stay away from alcohol and all that other stuff. She's trying her best. And basically, it's damn Ashley just be doing the most. Ashley's doing the most. So I can understand the uncertainty. And, Catherine was like, I just met the woman the other day. Now she wants to invite me. So I know Catherine got to feel some type of way that this woman is all with her kids and she's not able to. So, but Catherine is being mature about it and she's holding it in. So anyways, everyone's talking. So Naomi's putting all these filters around and she's telling everybody how bad Peyton is, how terrible Peyton is, and all this other stuff. And so, Naomi finally approached. So, Austin finally introduced Naomi to Peyton. And then everybody around is watching. Tom is watching. Everybody's like watching, like, oh my God, this is going to be good. Because they know Naomi's turned up. So, Naomi was like, oh yeah, so what are you here for? What are you here for? She was like, oh, well, I really love Charleston. Charleston's a wonderful place. I came to visit and I want to be here, whatever. And she was like, oh, what do you mean Charleston's a good, oh, you here for that? Charleston's a good place for what? Dog grooming, having a dog boutique? Like, come on, like, yo, you over here social climbing, and she was like, you done been with Austin, you done been with Shep, and then now you're trying to jump on Craig, and Peyton was like, I don't even know Craig. I only met him for like 15 freaking minutes, and I talked to him once. What is this about? And so, Naomi's going in, Naomi calling her like, a bitch. Naomi was like, yo, you thirsty, you desperate, you a social climber. And she's just going in on her. She was just like, yo, and Naomi was like, well, you know what, tell me why you really here, because I'm really here to support women. Then, Peyton was like, it really doesn't seem like it. And so Naomi was like, yeah, you want to do a dog trial here, don't try to play us. I'm trying to protect my friends, and everything, and you thirsty. I was like, oh my God, like, Naomi was going in. Naomi was like, you're a bitch, I can see straight through you. Oh my goodness, she's just going. She goes, I've seen your kind before. And She was like, yo, you just thirsty. Naomi calling her bitch, calling her thirsty, calling her desperate, calling her a social climber, calling her everything, talking about you been around, now you're trying to take advantage of Craig. And you know, Naomi ain't here for you trying to. It's like, damn, the way that she's fighting for Craig, she needs to fight for her relationship and fight for changing herself and not being so critical and so mean towards Craig. But damn, every time she sees Craig, she argues with him. So, anyways, everybody's watching. And so Craig and Naomi fight. And so, you know, what's her name? Peyton was like, she leaves, she's crying, she goes to talk to Austin. Austin lets her know that she's only attacking you because of, you know, Craig. She thinks you're coming after him or whatever. So they, you know, Austin should at least warn Peyton that Naomi was coming at her. Is gonna come at her. So anyways, Craig talks to Naomi. Naomi's like, I like your earring. She's all nice. She's all being flirty with him or whatever. And he was like, this is a crazy Naomi. Now all you people can see how Naomi is. See how she is? Now the crazy Naomi has came out. Now everybody sees how she is and how she gets down. And now like it's not in the dark anymore. And so even Austin was like, oh my God, I can't believe how mean she is. Like, you know, good luck to you, Craig, for putting on with her for so long. I can't believe this. And so, you know, Austin tries to confront Naomi. Naomi was like, yo, she's thirsty. She's climbing. I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to protect Craig or whatever. And Naomi's not hearing it. And so then her and Craig, with her and Austin, and so she's not trying to hear it from Austin. Austin walks away, and so then Craig and Naomi start to talk again. He was like, yo, you're burning bridges, you're doing this. She was like, well, I don't care about burning bridges. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. And so he was like, oh, well, you don't care about burning the bridge with me. She was like, no, I don't care. So now again, once again, Naomi and Craig ends with an argument and talking about they're never going to talk to each other. They're not going to be together and all this other stuff. And then Naomi leaves or whatever. But Craig did tell Naomi, hey, listen, I only talked, I just thought that she was the only person I can have sex or I can hook up with, have a one night stand with, which solidifies what, you know, Peyton was saying, that I only talked to him for like 15 minutes and I only met him one time. But Naomi don't care. Naomi think that she's a threat and she's coming after her. And it's like, damn. I was just like, so Craig was like, so now you guys all see Naomi and everyone's looking at Naomi like, oh shit, I don't want to mess with her. Austin tried to step to her, but Naomi was like, I'm not trying to hear it. You guys. And plus Austin better be lucky that Naomi didn't rip into him for sleeping around and being a whoremonger. So anyways, we'll see what happens next episode. Peace. I'm out. One love.